Colton Vasek has taken his unofficial visit to the University of Texas against Iowa State, and we got to break it down because OU fans are getting kind of crazy on Twitter. Texas fans, of course, think they're going to land another commit. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. But before that, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. Do you think Colton Vasek will decommit from the University of Oklahoma and go to, quite frankly, any of these other top schools that he had on or before National Signing Day? All right, Colton Vasek took an unofficial visit to the University of Texas against Iowa State, which was a 24-21 victory for Texas after coming off a very emotional win against Oklahoma where they just beat down my Sooners 49-0. Now, we're not going to talk about that game because that one's been a little painful, and I know the Texas fans are going to hop down the comments here. We're going to let them have their fun. It's been a while since they got a win, so we'll let them have it. But Colton Vasek. So this one is an interesting one because of his recruitment and, who he is, where he grew up, and let's just dive into a little bit of that in case we'll just give some backstory here in case you guys don't know about it. His dad played at Texas. He's an alumni. They have season tickets, right? He's from Austin, Texas, so right there in their own backyard. Brent Venables' policy is you take an official or an unofficial visit, you're not committed. Now, Vasek did get permission earlier in the year to go to Oregon, from what I've been told. I'm not 100% if that's true. From what I've been told, and he also did not get permission for this game, from what I understand. I've been told from a couple sources he did not get permission today. And so we have to ask ourselves, one, is BV's policy going to stick here, right? Is BV going to tell this kid, listen, we're rescinding your offer because you took the visit after you've been committed, right? So you're not really committed. Or is BV going to give him a little bit of leniency since he's in the backyard of Texas? They have season tickets anyways. His dad's an alumni. This is a team he grew up rooting for his whole life. Are they going to give him a little bit of leniency there? Now, that's going to be becoming a very sticky situation if you do that. So we'll just have to see how this whole process plays out. But as far as Colton Vasek is concerned, he's visiting with Arch Manning. And you have to ask yourself, is Arch going to be able to close the deal? Because it's not like he has the level of a relationship with Jackson Arnold that he does with Arch. And if you're an Oklahoma fan and you're looking on the outside in right now, it definitely doesn't look good. Right now, you're concerned. I'm concerned. You're concerned. And you have to wonder if the relationship that this staff has with Vasek is enough to keep him here. We know that he really loves this staff. The question is that love for the staff enough to overlook some of the losses that OU's had this year? Really, what I think needs to happen for Oklahoma is you have to go out and you have to have a good rest of the season. You're heading into a bye week where you can go ahead, you can get healthy. And then after that, you go to Iowa State, right? They have one of the best defenses in the Big 12. Allow your offense to really show out, but also don't let Iowa State put up a ton of points because, quite frankly, their offense is not great. If you can hold them under 24 points, I think you're looking good there. Then you've got Baylor at home. Honestly, Baylor hasn't looked great this year. Again, another performance where the defense should be able to show out against an offense that isn't playing well. Then you go to West Virginia. This one's going to be a little bit tougher of a defense because West Virginia likes to sling the ball around, and OU's secondary is just not any good right now. You would hope that Billy Bowman's back for that game, but even with Billy Bowman, I would think that there's still going to be some issues, but you could potentially cover that up if you can get to the quarterback. And then you've got Oklahoma State at home. This one's probably going to be a really tough test for you, right? Are you able to stop Oklahoma State in the running game? And are you able to make Spencer Sanders uncomfortable? If you're able to make Spencer Sanders uncomfortable, you can win that game. Again, another opportunity where the defense can kind of control what's going to come out there on the field against them. And then you're going to Texas Tech. You know what Texas Tech is going to do. They're going to sling the ball around, right? Your secondary has to play well in that game. Your offense, as long as Dylan Gabriel's out there, I think is going to be fine. Now, let's say Dylan Gabriel's not out there. Your defense, I think, still has to play really well, even though you might lose those games. And I think Colton Vasek will still look at that and go, that's an improvement. The staff's getting those players to be better. He's getting the most out of them. I can go there, and I know he's going to develop me, and he's going to help me get to the league. Colton Vasek, for those of you who don't know, he's a 4-star edge rusher. He's a borderline top 200 player. He's the number 36th overall player in the state of Texas. And a lot of guys are really excited about what he has with his explosive plays coming off the edge, right? He competes in throw events, so he's a multi-sport athlete here. And quite honestly, this is hard to say because as an Oklahoma fan, I want to be able to keep all the guys. But if we lose Colton Vasek, you still have Tahu Siliakana that you can go out there and get. We still have the potential at David Hicks, which we've talked about it many times. Just wait and be patient on that situation, right? I think you still got a really good shot here for David Hicks. Doesn't look like he wants to be there. But you still got PJ Adebore in this class. We're acting like Colton Vasek is the best edge rusher in this class, and we're going to miss out on him. Like, no, you guys we have PJ Adebore, so we need to calm down. You guys need to calm down. It'll be okay. Because this staff and Venables and everybody will go dip into the transfer portal. They'll pull other guys out, even if Vasek is here and those guys, because they're going to need some tenured guys out there that can help some of these freshmen be able to go play at the high level. But here's my thing. I don't care if he decommits and goes to Texas or Oregon or Texas Tech or Clemson. The fans, we need to be better. Don't attack the kid on Twitter. Don't slide into his DMs sending him hateful messages. This is a really tough decision. And it's honestly one that I'm glad I don't have to make. Where am I going to go to school? Because it's tough. He's moving away from home. His family and all of his friends probably expect him to go to Texas. So I bet there's probably this part where he feels like he's letting them down if he doesn't go. Would you really want to let down your family and your friends by not going to the school that they grew up loving and, liking and playing for? Put yourself in this man's shoes and ask yourself, would you want people to treat you the way that people treat him on Twitter and social media because he doesn't go where you want him to? But put yourself in his shoes with all the pressure surrounding him and think, okay, would I want to be in that situation? What would I do? Colton Vasek, he's a great, great talent. Last year, he had 56 total tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He's going to be great wherever he goes. And I hope it's with the Sooners. But even if it's with Texas, you guys still have to be okay with it. But our class is looking great. And we will be fine, even if Colton decommits. I think Colton will decommit. I think he's going to flip. Now, where do I think he's going to go? I have no idea. He could go play with his teammate out in Clemson, the 5-star quarterback, Cade Klubnik. He could go out to Oregon, where we know he's taking a visit. He could go to Texas Tech or Texas, right? He might not want to go to Texas at all, but he might go to Texas Tech. Who knows? But my heart of hearts think he's going to decommit. Now, I hope I'm wrong, because we'd love to have him here. And Colton, if you see this video, I want you here. But we're not going to get on here. We're not going to tear you up. And the fans don't need to be tearing you up either because you decided not to come here. So, all right. Y'all keep your heads on straight. Go watch some college football this weekend. Boomer.